Two weeks on from the end of winter testing, the Formula One circus is back on track for the opening round of the World Championship, which takes place in Melbourne. Going into back-to-back races in Australia and then Malaysia, Scuderia Ferrari team principal Stefano Domenicali explains how the team has prepared for the new season.
I mean, the feeling of Scuderia Ferrari is a feeling of a team that is looking forward to the starting of the season, knowing that will be a tremendously long season, the longest in the history of Formula One, 20 races, we know that the season will be tough because the competitors are very strong. We have seen during the winter testing that apparently the group of competitors is stronger and bigger. We had some issue on our side, but it doesn't mean anything more than the fact that at least we have seen which are the areas where we need to work very strongly on the development of the car. And as I said, Melbourne will be the first time that we will see really what will be the ranking for the first race of the championship. I mean, we started this project with a very aggressive approach, as I've asked to my engineers, but we discovered that there were some issues with this solution that is still potentially very, very good, but not, I would say, reliable enough in terms of both reliability and performance. So we had to take the decision during the second test in Barcelona to modify the rear of our car. And that was the right thing to do because of the situation that we have seen during the first days of this season. And what does it mean? It means that we need to start the development of this project from that point. And that will mean, in my view, that a certain level of performance that we have gained during the winter time in that configuration of the wind tunnel has disappeared, and there is a new starting point, and that will be the configuration on which we will start the season for the first, at least for the first couple of Grand Prix. I think that for sure in terms of performance it has a cost because, as I said, we have developed the car around a certain idea, but that was the right choice to do considering the situation. Felipe and Fernando are very, very positive, motivated, mentally very strong. They are with the team and they know for different reasons that it will be a very important season for them. And they are, I would say, ready to start the championship, knowing they are part of our team. I mean, Pat is our technical director. He has a reference with regard to the performance of the expected performance of our car in comparison of our expectation. And I believe that, as I said before, for sure in terms of pure performance, we are not where we should. But, I mean, as I said, we will see the real picture in Melbourne, and we will see where we're going to be. But with the right approach, I don't think that that will be a problem. I think that for sure Red Bull, as you know, is coming from a two championship won with merit, and it seems that it's still very, very strong. Then a group of teams that I believe they will be all very close, that are McLaren, Mercedes, that has made a step for sure, Lotus, that it seems to be in good shape, and us. So, as I said, it will be, I believe, for the first time after many, many years, a championship where there will be a lot of drivers and teams that will fight for wins and for victories.
Different weather conditions are a feature of the championship as it travels the world, and that has significant input on car behavior. We take an in-depth look at how this affects the Earth of the F2012, its engine, with Luigi Fraboni, head of engine track activities.
What is better for an engine, cold or hot?
Well, for the engine, the best is the medium, let me say. But what I want to say that, of course, with higher temperature, so running hot is the worst for the engine. And then I can explain, but for sure there are also some limiting on the minimum temperature the engine could run. But usually it's not a problem because the car is not designed to have such a low cooling temperature that you can run. So for the high cooling, for the high temperature, for the engine is very stressed because on the hot oil has a low viscosity, and so the low viscosity means low load on the bearings, means that you have a reduced cooling on the pistons. On the water side, all basically the parts of the engine, the coupling are different, so and the heating that you are extracting from the engine are low. So this means that the valves are hot, the coupling valve with the seat are not perfect, the coupling of the piston and the liner are not perfect, and in all of this condition you can have troubles. The other thing that is important for the temperature is the performance of the engine itself. So we know that increasing the temperature, the engine is losing power, and this is another thing that we have to think about when we can speak later.
As an engine engineer, would you like to run the season in winter time?
Yeah, my answer is no. I prefer to run in springtime because, as I was saying before, too cold for the engine is not good for several reasons. For the oil, because the rest is too high, also for the fuel itself. So this is the, let's say 20-25 degrees also is the right temperature. But you know that during the race, during the season, we are facing higher temperature, and we have to cope with this.
How do you find the compromise, the right compromise between your requirements and the aerodynamicist's requirements?
Basically, starting from a certain car, we all know that if you open the car, there is a loss of performance. But we all know as well that if you increase the temperature of the water, as I was saying before, we lose power. So finally there is basically Friday running, and from the number that you see Friday there is a decision that on the oil side there is not a lot of difference. There is the aerodynamic they want to close every time, and so we try to reach the limit. While on the water, not often you are at the limit because closing too much the water in a way the drop of performance in terms of aerodynamics is more than what you lose in the power. So usually you don't reach the maximum high water temperature.
How much important can be humidity for the engine performance?
Yeah, humidity is one of the three ambient parameters that affect the engine power with temperature and ambient. So as the highest is the humidity and the less is the engine power. For let's say our engine is not a big problem. I have to say that I'm more scared to low humidity because low humidity means high power, it means high load on the pistons, high load on the engine, then high humidity. But you could have engines also in general that suffer the high humidity due to detonation problem.
How do you deal with a big change of temperatures during the race weekend and the race itself?
Yeah, so during the race weekend, but one problem is that, for example, you go in a race and if there is a temperature different from Friday to Sunday that was not forecasted, this is a problem because then you will have some different temperature in the race. But first of all, I want to say that if from Saturday to Sunday there is a change of climatic condition due to rain, etc., there is already a strategic plan discussed with aerodynamics, and as Sunday morning we know, we go with the cooling pilot that we want. During the race, if, for example, we are in tow, the temperature higher, there is a discussion with the pit wall in order to advise the driver, try not to stay in tow, do some driving maneuver, changing gears in order to reduce the temperature. Or if for some reason, I was saying before, Sunday there is a highest temperature than expected, then this is the worst things that could happen, and you will manage with 2 or 3 tools that you have. Mainly there is carburation injection to reduce the temperature and the revs. With this you can have a 2 or 3 degrees of margin.
Can you tell us one or more races where an engine suffers a lot because of hot temperatures?
Yeah, for sure the races where there are the highest temperature are the worst because of the reason we said before. So I can say statistically during the season, Malaysia, Abu Dhabi and Bahrain. In these three, as I was saying before, Abu Dhabi and Bahrain are really more stressful because of the humidity. But I will remember that in the last years, probably the worst for us in terms of condition was Australia 2 years ago and in 2008, where due to high temperature, also unexpected, something around 40 degrees, and very low humidity, speaking around 5 or 10%, for this reason the engine was really stressed and the conditions were really extreme.
As for the Scuderia Ferrari drivers, we asked Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa about their relationship with fans, their tricks for dealing with different weather conditions, and their best memories of the races in Australia and Malaysia.
The best memories from Australia is one ride that I did in a bicycle in the first year that I arrived in Australia in 2001. I did like 2 hours ride on the bicycle close to the sea, and I remember every time I get to Melbourne this ride, and I try to repeat every year to have this nice memory. I remember the day was fantastic, blue sky, very nice temperature, very nice view, and it was quite impressed to be so far from home and have this kind of feeling.
So I think the best memory of Australia, first of all, is the place. I mean, the place is, I love Australia. It's a very nice place, great weather, nice people, very friendly and open people. So I think when you go there, when I go there, I'm always very, very happy to be in Australia, to be there, and even sometimes stays a little bit there, around. And I think my best result was in 2010 when I finished third in the podium. So hope this year we can go there and finish higher on the podium.
The best memory from Malaysia is definitely the day that I get the first podium in Formula 1 and the day that I get the first pole position. It was in 2003, both moments, and for whatever reason the mind remembers things, and this is one thing that I remember every time I land in the airport in Kuala Lumpur and I go to the circuit, to the paddock. I have all these memories, all these pictures on my mind of that day. So in Malaysia it's always about this first pole position in my life.
So the best memory I have from Malaysia is for sure the weather. It's very nice, to go in the hot place with a very, very nice people. So it's one of the most difficult races. I think that's not an easy race to do. So anyway, I hope we go there and we have a great fun again with a great result.
The most extreme conditions that we face during the championship, I think, is in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, in race 2. Definitely we have a very high humidity and a very high temperatures that it make you sweat a lot and lose a little bit of hydration. So we spend all Sunday and the days before with a very special food and a very special drink hydration to make the body perfect for Sunday afternoon during the race to finish in the best condition possible.
Well, I think the most difficult race, talking about the physical point of view and the temperature point of view, I would say is Malaysia. Malaysia is a very hot place, very humid, and I think when you put these two things together, makes our life a little bit more difficult. So it's important to be very fit for this race. We lose a lot of liquid, and this is what it makes the race being difficult. It is also a high-speed track that you need also to be fit, talking about high-speed corners, which is more stressful for the driver as well. So I think Malaysia is the most difficult one.
Instead, the coldest condition or the most difficult conditions for cold normally is or in Belgium or in UK, in Silverstone, where we have normally cold conditions, normally rain, and it's strange in July or in September to get the jacket on, to warm up the gloves, the boots, and it's a little bit, you take a little bit of time to get used to these new conditions. In terms of track or in terms of circuit with more difficult conditions, definitely I think it's a Spa for a technical reason, for the length of the circuit as well, and we face maybe in one corner is rainy, in one corner is dry, and for engineers and for drivers probably it's the most stressful weekend in terms of weather conditions.
Well, I think when you're talking about difficult places, you know, when you have more risk of accidents or whatever, I think it's the places that you have low grip on the asphalt, plus maybe places that you can have more rain, you know. Low grip together with the rain makes possibilities of accident higher, you know, and some place that you pass over aquaplaning or something like that makes your life as well more difficult and makes you in a more possibilities to have an accident or something like that. So I think in this case this kind of tracks, this kind of conditions is a little bit more difficult.
The tifosi and the fans are very important to me, and for all the sportsmen, I think you need the support of them in the good moments and in the bad moments. So they are definitely an important part of your motivation and your success. I find always very good support in Spain. Obviously, it's my country, and also in Italy, thanks to Ferrari. And especially in Japan as well, there are a very good atmosphere. Every time we race in Japan, there is a very good welcome from the tifosi, and we love to race there. So it's a good part of our job to have all the support.
So I think the fans is a very important thing for us. We work very hard every day to improve the car, to develop in the car. In every testing, every racing, every qualifying, every day of testing on the simulator. So our life for sure is not an easy life, it's a lot of work. And we do that for our fans. We do that to arrive at the end of the race and to be in the first place, on the podium, and looking the grandstand, looking the people very happy for you, for your team. And I think that's the most important thing, our fans, you know, doing the best we can, doing everything we can to arrive at the end of the race and doing you know, the best result for you guys, for the fans. And that's is really incredible for us, and that's why it gives even more nice and better feeling to work hard so much like that.
I normally have no problems to do my normal life with no problems of the tifosi or no one behind me running for an autograph. There are moments of little bit of stress out of the paddock or in the circuit with some group of tifosi that they want to sign the cap or they want an autograph, so a photograph. This is normal, this is part of the job, and you like also the tension of these moments and how they live these moments. But once you are out of the circuit, there is no problems at all to do a normal life, and it's all fine.
Well, for sure, everybody knows me when I go out, everybody see, and you always see, you know, people looking to you, people want to talk to you, people want to have an autograph. And I think that's very nice. I mean, I never have a problem to go out. I mean, you know, you always need to be patient because you know how important is these people for you. And you know, I like to be together with people which supporting me, you know, and I think that's a very nice feeling.
There are always special moments with the fans and or special gifts that they give to you, and I don't know exactly to choose one now. Definitely in Japan there are always good things that they give to you, or flags that they all sign, or a group of tifosi also in Italy, they give you some special gift. And there are people as well that they give you maybe something that they have from his grandmother and the mother, and give to you like good luck for this season, and you quite appreciate it because there are quite personal things that they give to you, hoping the best. So they are really kind.
I have a great stories, very nice feelings from the fans, very, big fans, like girls, which is also one girl in China that changed her name for Felipe, because of me. So she follows me every day. She learns Portuguese just because of that, and I think that's a very nice, thing. Some other fans that make your tattoo, my name as a tattoo, my helmet, my logo. So I think that's really great, to see how important you are for the fans, and it's a very nice feeling.